be cautious of that. That's a good rain last night.
Mud volleyball, maybe.
So we played a song on Friday on our new music playlist. I thought it was really good, and if you missed it, I was going to play it. Colleen, I don't think you were in here when we played this, so I don't know if you've heard this one or not. Okay. But it's a new guy named Preston Cooper. I think he's from Ohio, of all places. And this is such a cool song. It's kind of in the, I guess you could say, musically sort of in the vein maybe of like a Chris Stapleton.
I liked it.
Yeah, okay.
I did.
I liked it.
He's got a good sound.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, he's not
beat.
Chris.
He's easy to dance to. Yeah,
it's not Chris. I kind of like Peggy. I was kind of expecting more of the growl that Chris.
He has more of a twang,
almost, but it's not really good.
Yeah, it's really good though.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, it's ravish reviews. Okay. I thought it was pretty good. So no, it is good. But yeah, Chris Stapleton could absolutely nail that. But anyway, Cooper. Good. Preston did pretty good. Preston Cooper. I mean, he was all right. Hey, there's no Chris.
You're no Chris Hemsworth.
It's kind of like.
Yeah. I mean, you're good. But,
but you're not Chris Hemsworth.
You're not Chris Hemsworth.
I mean,
he's got some muscles, but not like Chris Hemsworth.
That's a claw hammer, but it's not Thor's hammer. If you know what I mean. So yeah.
Morning, boys. If you miss any of the show, get caught up with Jeff Mudflap and the Gang podcast. Click the listen tab at KLLL.com. Be sure and share the show.
Well, Gandy's Dairy is a tasty partner here at KLLL, and one of our favorite snacks is the Creamland dips. I know you guys were at my house this weekend, and noticed we had all the flavors there.
You did. It was you had every flavor. It was awesome.
Yes. These dips are a staple at my house, and our favorite is the green chili jalapeno and the Fiesta dip. And I love getting the ranch style for the veggie trays. And that was actually what we were eating last night. We had grilled chicken, and then we had our veggie tray out and dipping in our Creamland dips. And so good. Well, the Creamland dips right now are on sale at United, 2 for $5. When you're making out your grocery list, make sure you when they're on sale like that, you can get every flavor and enjoy those throughout the week and on the weekends. And whenever you're buying the Creamland dips, you are helping local dairy farmers, and that's another reason why we love partnering with the Gandy's Dairy people. So head on over to the grocery store, take advantage of the 2 for $5. Gandy's Dairy, farmer-owned, community-led.
Jeff, Mudflap, and the Gang.
96.3 KLLL. Red, white, and blue through and through.
Come on.
Turn it up.
Jeff, Mudflap, and the Gang, featuring Colleen. 96.3 KLLL.
You know when it comes to like earbuds?
We've kind of thought that too, but we didn't want to point it out.
Wow.
Just kidding. Tammy's going to get on to me now.
Are you? Wow. Okay. I tell you what, a guy's not encouraged to share personal thoughts around here because, wow.
Why do you think your ears are weird?
No, because earbuds never stay in my ears. It doesn't matter what kind they are. These right here that I'm using right now won't stay in my ears. The Apple ones, for my iPhone, same thing. They just fall out.
Is your orifice too big or?
I just don't know if I have ears that are weirdly shaped inside. I don't know. It's just I can't find earbuds that will stay in my ear.
Well, then we share the same problem because I've tried to go walk a treadmill or something with just those earbuds. Yeah, they will not stay in my ears as well. I have to have the ones where they wrap around the back of my ear. Right.
Okay. Well, I just like regular over the ear headphones really because they fall out. It's so annoying. Anyway, just sharing a little piece of my life
struggles.
Here. So yeah.
I've been on Market Street every day looking for you some headsets.
Have you really?
I have every day
on like Facebook Marketplace. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. But I mean I know what I'm going to get. I'm just waiting until my daughter graduates from college here because I feel like everything in my life is on hold right now.
But I don't need to look anymore.
Well, I mean, if you see a super deal about something cool, but I don't really need. I mean, I'm not. I don't know that I'm in the market for.
I see some good deals,
pre-owned headphones, but thank you, and that's.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
But thank you.
I'm just that guy.
I know you are, and there's nothing wrong with that. You're very thrifty, and I appreciate it. If you find something that you think I might like, you certainly throw it my way, and we'll
trust me.
We'll go from there.
I get the same response from my wife. Please don't find me anything. Thank you.
Hey, I tell you what, I found the best thing ever for me on. I've never shopped that before, and I don't even know why I started getting ads or ads for it, or somehow it just started showing me things that were on. So there's some dining room chairs that I had actually wanted, and they were extremely. I mean, they're expensive. They're like literally $1,000, $1,200 per chair.
Yep.
And there's just no way I'm going to spend that kind of money. Well, on Marketplace, the Facebook Marketplace, there were 2 chairs of this exact chair that I wanted. They were the armchairs. I got 2 for $300.
See?
Wow. And 2 normally would have been like
$2,500.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and they were brand new. They had ordered some stuff from Wayfair, and these were mistakenly shipped to them. So they were brand new, still in the box, tags, everything.
I know.
I was like, holy moly.
I try to tell people this is a great deal. And like I said, I typically tell my wife, and she's like, okay. Yeah.
Well, just listen, I don't mind buying things like that. It just, headphones to me is kind of like, it would be like buying someone's used underwear or something.
You can get, sometimes you can find new stuff. Like I found an air pump the other day, brand new. I mean, hopefully he didn't rip it off. I mean, he said he got it from. Well, I mean,
you never know.
Did you buy it out of the guy's trunk?
No. He said he got it out of I think it's like South Korea. He shipped them over here, and then so
great deals. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I mean, it was a good deal.
Oh, well, congrats on that. Anyway, it's near here nor there.
If you need a good air pump, I found one.
Thank you. If you find something, you let me know. Thank you. Just let me know. I'm not in the market for an air pump right now, but you never know. All right, so have you seen this thing that's on? It's mainly on like Twitter or X. This debate going on about can 100 unarmed men take down a single gorilla in a fight? Have y'all seen this?
No.
Oh man,
I don't
think
a
so.
gorilla anyway.
No, I don't think so.
It's crazy, isn't it? But this has been, I've seen this for the last like 5 days probably, where people are debating this. People are asking AI, like asking Grok, and I've read detailed Grok accounts of what would happen with 100 unarmed men trying to fight a gorilla. Gorillas are like mean,
I'm telling you.
very strong, fast.
When you go to Africa and they take you out in the wild and they take you there, so when you're going around the gorillas, you never look at them in the eye, especially the big guy. I mean, the one that's ahead, you just kind of bow your head like this, and you don't show any. And if they rush you, you don't do anything because they're just trying to. So they try to go a little crazy on you. So you just
everything.
You basically just try to be very calm.
This is good. Peggy said men nowadays have no chance. Yeah, there are so many guys these days, these young guys that just, not necessarily around here, but just our country basically is populated with like man bun guys. They have no chance against a gorilla. But let's just say you just got 100 hand-picked guys that you thought you're going to go into battle with unarmed to fight a gorilla. And you think, well, 100, you can overwhelm it. But when you read, like somebody asked Grok about this, so Grok puts down a detailed account of how probably it would go. And you start thinking about it, even 100 guys, you got this gorilla and you've got him encircled. And you've got all these guys, and everybody just tries, the first guy in is going to be obliterated. So you would have to go, everybody would have to kind of rush in there. But this gorilla is going to now feel cornered, and it's so strong and fast, it's just throwing people. It would be mass chaos. The other guy seeing it would be like, I don't think I want any of that. Right. I mean, it would be chaos. A lot of guys would die right off the bat, according to this account.
Yes.
Anyway, it's just crazy. Why this even became a thing, I have no idea. I don't know where it came from. Maybe somebody does, but it's. I've seen it all over the place now. It's like everybody's worried about, gosh, 100 unarmed men can't take a gorilla in a fight. Are we expecting a big gorilla attack or something?
Right.
I mean, I don't know. You're right. Is that the next big thing? Maybe. I don't know.
Could be.
But it is kind of fun to think about. Just when you start thinking, man, I don't know, what would the strategy be? Would you rush it all at once and just try to overwhelm it? Or would you just like send in, the initial guys to try to, distract it, and then more guys come in from behind, and then just pounce on it and just try to? But man, I think it'd be, it wouldn't be good for the people, probably.
No.
All right.
No.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll never know the real answer to that. So
yeah, I hope they don't trap a gorilla like that.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. I do know some other answers though when it comes to things like lunch and dinner. Now there's something we can certainly have some answers about. And our friend Chef Angie has opened Salt by Angie in the historic Crest Building downtown, and it is on Broadway. If you've never been before, really, this is one of Lubbock's most historic buildings downtown. and it's all been redone, refurbished, and Angie has put together a great restaurant now. And, we talk about like lunch Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They do lunch from 11 to 2. They've got dinner now Thursday and Fridays, 5 to 9. Reservations for prom and graduation. Very important to make those reservations, but it's a perfect place for either one of those great, milestone events. Plus, something new.
Yes, All By Angie is proud to feature selected wines from the 100 Acre Winery. Now, me being the wine snob that I am, I actually have heard of this winery, and it is supposed to be absolutely phenomenal. It's a family-owned estate, so it's not one of those mass-produced wines. In Napa Valley, that is just where some of the California wines, Napa Valley is it. That's where the delicious, craftsmanship come with the wines. But one of the wines is called the Dreamer. It's a Cabernet known for its elegance and depth. I'm going to run over there and have some for dinner tonight.
I was about to say, I don't think she's open right
not
now.
Open yet.
Colleen, you might have to wait. But
and then the Diplomat is a refined red blend offering harmonious palate. So I love to do tastings. I love to take a drink of it or smell it first and like, what do you smell?
Right.
And then take a sip and what do you taste? I love, approaching the wines, and that's what you can do here at All By Angie is approach these wines and have fun with the little wine tasting with your friends.
All right. Yeah, very good. So, 100 Acre Wines. Yeah, I was on the website yesterday for 100 Acre Wines just reading a little bit about it. And, they've got some amazing bottles of wine, looks like. So,
and who was it yesterday? Somebody asked if that's where Winnie the Pooh was.
Yeah, because the 100 Acre Woods.
Yeah, that was really cute. But no, there's no Winnie the Pooh at All By Angie.
I wonder if that's where the name comes from, though.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. I didn't see that on the website. But anyway, 100 Acre Wines now featured at Salt by Angie. So again, remember, if you got prom or graduation gatherings, it's a great place for that. Some amazing food, and make your reservations. So that is Salt by Angie, Chef Angie, the Crest Building downtown on Broadway.
From the Dollar Western Wear Studio, this is Lubbock's country leader and home of Jeff, Mudflap, and the gang.
We got a half an inch at our house.
Really? Did you? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what I got at my house, but it rained a lot. So hopefully I got at least that. Yeah. But man, it was nice. So maybe some more today.
It looks like a pretty good chance of showers later on this afternoon. So you're going to wake up to kind of some wet stuff this morning, but it's just in the road. So anyway, chance of storms, isolated storms, again this afternoon.
All right. Today is National Adopt a Shelter Pet Day, so always a nice reminder. There's some good dogs in the shelters that
sure are. I got 2 of them.
Yeah, I don't have one now, but my daughter got a shelter dog, and he's awesome. I told you earlier, that I hadn't found the picture yet of him laying with me on the couch, but it's somewhere. But no, he's one of the coolest dogs I've ever known. He was a shelter dog. He's one of the sweetest dogs, best disposition. He's awesome. So my point is, you could find some really great dogs, at the shelter. So
my son's dog Echo is a rescue dog.
Oh, is he real? Okay,
yeah.
All right. Yeah, I met him Saturday. He's also a very cool
Echo
dog.
He is
around all night.
Yep.
Yeah.
He does get a little hyper sometimes, but once he calms down, he's very sweet. You
Right.
can always tell in the eyes, he's so sweet. But I said, but you shed on my house. Stop shedding.
Yeah, see, that's Teddy's only problem is he sheds. But
try having a husky.
Yeah.
Can imagine.
Whoa, it's horrible.
But shelter dogs. If you're looking for a good dog, you can find some really great dogs.
So you said this afternoon, possibly more
Yes.
showers. Are we going to have any more hail?
It's a possibility. Sure is.
Okay. This is. I would like to. May I discuss this? Is this the time?
Since you have asked me so politely, I will now grant you. I feel like the Wizard of Oz. I grant you your wish, Coley.
Close the curtain.
No, you jump in with anything, anytime. Heck
well,
yeah.
yesterday afternoon, it was probably, I don't know, 2-ish, 3-ish. We were hit with a hailstorm on the west, kind of the southwest side of town. And I was driving, and it's pouring rain on the loop. The speed limit's 65 miles an hour, but people probably are going, 45 to 50. Okay. All of a sudden, I'm driving in the middle lane, and the traffic comes to a complete halt. And when it's pouring rain, it's hard to see those brake lights sometimes. Yeah. So, I'm stopping. The middle lane and the right-hand lane just came to a screeching halt on the loop. And so I end up getting over into the far left lane, the traffic was moving. And so I figure out there are 2 cars parked in the middle of the highway trying to stay under the overpass so that they don't get hit with hail. Over the Marcia Sharp. Yes, they're underneath the Marcia Sharp overpass so that their little silver Lexus doesn't get hit with hail. And they leave 40 cars because there's 20 in each lane. We're out here stranded. We can't move. So we all get pelted because this little silver Lexus, wish I would have got the license plate, didn't want their car to get beat up, so they leave us all out to dry. I mean, I was so frustrated. It was so dangerous. That could have been a horrific accident if somebody was not paying attention. You do not expect to have cars stopped in the middle of the highway. Right. Now, if you're on the shoulder, I get it. The shoulder is the safe place to go and pull over, but not in the middle of the freaking loop.
Yeah, I know
that. I can't believe they stopped in the middle.
Yeah,
oh my God.
What an idiot! People that do that, and this is what's funny if you're out in a hailstorm, when a hail starts falling, it is as if people absolutely lose their minds. I mean, it's just like, oh my God, protect my car at all costs. You know what? If you get a little hail damage, it's okay. It's a car. You can go take it and get it repaired. It'll be all right. But no, people lose all sense of any type of civilization. I think in that moment. I mean, people are rushing everywhere trying to find anything to pull underneath, and super dangerous right in the middle of a highway to stop in the highway, and especially that. It's like you see people a lot of times, like if you're going like on, let's say, just a typical like I-27, where you go under the overpasses there, but people will try to pull over in those situations, and those are wider overpasses, and it's still highly dangerous for people to do that, Mm-hmm. But when you're talking about on the loop over there, that Marcia Sharp flyover, I mean, that's like basically a 1-lane flyover. You would have to be exactly underneath, the angle, because it's pretty high up there, too. And so to find where you have to stop in the middle of the loop to have the hail be stopped by that, because it's so narrow, that's just extra stupid,
It really was. This is a good point, Justin Beaver, is that if you think a few hail dents are going to cost you a lot, imagine being the cause of a 20-car pileup.
Absolutely.
Because that person would get blamed for everybody.
Yeah.
And for being stupid. Man. That was just no common sense whatsoever. And so for somebody to think that their car is more important than other people's lives, that's a selfish person.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's I don't blame you. That's angering. Well, I'm glad it worked out though, and it wasn't a pileup.
Yes.
So, that is the worst. All right. Well, we do have a chance of maybe some more of that kind of stuff today,
sure
but
just
don't stop in the loop. Don't stop on a highway. Put everybody else in danger. I don't know. It's just like when there's a snowstorm or ice. Everybody tries to slow down and just be safe, but you always got that handful of people that think that somehow they're impervious to the conditions and they drive just like they would on a normal day. And that's where you separate the smart people from the idiots pretty quickly. It's very obvious. But there's always those people who want to raise their hand. Hey, look at me. I'm a total idiot. I'm a moron. Look at me. It happens. Let's see. What else we got going today? This is, Colleen, I know, being a fan of wine, I don't know I think you'll think of this about the same way I think of this. Target is taking wine to a new level, launching a new sustainable wine collection called Collective Good. Wine comes in a paper bottle made from 94% recycled materials. I don't think wine out of a paper bottle is going to work for me.
Well, there is. They do make wine in a box. Hey, brother, Is your box wine from recyclable cardboard?
You to call it your brother now? Is he not green enough? No.
No,
I get box wine.
Yeah, box wine, but paper. I can't see that being a bottle that's a paper. That doesn't.
Right. So what I don't understand here, and I guess we have to look at this, but would it be the bottle really crafted out of paper and the wine is directly in it, or is it stored just like a box wine where there's kind of that plastic lining and the wine is in that within a paper bottle? But then I'm like, well, if you're trying to be all, sustainable and all that garbage, sorry, I'm not that guy. Okay. I don't really care. But if you have plastic in there, you're still using plastic and all the things that go against the people who are super into being all green and all that kind of stuff. So I would think there's a chance maybe it really is just a paper bottle. But how's the wine not seep through at that point? I don't know. I'm fascinated just to see what this is all about. But it just doesn't sound very good.
No.
Plus, there's something satisfying about it's the difference between like reading a book, an actual book, and having a book online. When you have the actual book, there's just something satisfying about holding a book, turning the page of the book. It's part of the joy of reading, I think.
Yeah, but you can't get a paper cut from an online book. I'm kidding. No, I prefer
you're a
books,
fast
too.
reader. If you're whizzing through that thing so fast, you're getting paper cuts. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever got a paper cut from reading a book. But yes, it could happen. Yeah. But there's something about, having a bottle of wine, as opposed to even drinking it out of a box, the box wine. That's like just, mass, you got people, you just want to, everybody's just guzzling wine out of a box. But the satisfaction of opening a nice bottle of wine, uncorking the bottle, pouring it from the bottle, having the bottle. Some of the wine bottles are actually incredible too, and you can. Some of them you want to save because of the labels or the, just different things like that. So yeah, just it'd be if it's the end of wine bottles, that'd be kind of depressing too. I think so.
Well, Justin says the glass is perfectly recyclable and sustainable as well, but that is a good point. And Dale says, I work in the garbage truck industry, and it's funny watching everyone dump the recycles in the landfill with the rest of it, so they don't even recycle. So people say, oh, I'm buying recycle stuff. Well, if you don't recycle the recyclable stuff, you're really not doing any good.
Right. Isn't that true?
You're not helping anything.
I wonder what percentage of people actually bother recycling anything. Because, you see the recycle things over, like, I know at United at A2nd Frankfurt. They've got all those. A lot of times you drive up to it and people have dropped bottles and stuff, and there's broken glass everywhere. And I don't know. The only recycling I ever did.
Those things are always full, though.
They are. And so a lot of people do that, and that's fine. It's just, I just wonder what percentage of people actually go to the trouble to do that. But the only time I ever been a, like what I call a recycler was when I lived in Oklahoma. In Edmond there, they had a city plan for recycling to where everybody had like a bin that you had.
We had that.
And you could put like like any paper sacks or back then
that's the way to do it right there.
Yeah, and recyclable things. You just filled up that bin. And on trash day or whatever, you just set it out next to your trash can, and they dumped it in the recycle truck, and so I think it encouraged people to recycle more than when you have to load up a bunch of stuff, take it over to a thing, and then divvy it up between all the different dumpsters. Well, this one's for this one, this is for that. It's just like, man, I don't have time for that. It's all I can do to throw a bag of trash out in the dumpster in the alley, much less distributing it into the proper container. But that was always easy, and I always wish Lubbock had a situation like that, where I think that does encourage people to maybe recycle a little bit more, and it probably is, overall probably a good thing. But
yeah, Holly, you're right. Lubbock does not encourage recycling, and I think this is probably the only city that we've lived in that does not encourage it. They really don't hype it up or make it easy, because I remember one of the times that we did decide to load everything up into our vehicle and go put it into the recycle bins. The recycle bins were so overflowing, things were falling out on the ground, and they're just like, okay, now what? Now I have all this trash in the back of my car to recycle. What do you do with it?
Right.
So.
Yeah. No, that's a great point
Lexus
too.
on the loop.
Yeah. All right, coming up this morning, it is college graduations are coming up. This particular story caught my attention because My daughter's getting ready to graduate here, like in like a matter of days now.
Are you gonna cry?
Man,
You know,
I might cry.
Am I going to cry? You know, you asked me that, and I know I will.
Yeah.
You know, I'm.
It's
you
a
know,
proud moment.
I can be
It's a
an
proud
emotional
moment.
guy, you know. But yeah, something like that. You know, to see her walk across that stage, hear her name, and just know all the heart and hard work and everything she's put into it, and all the money I've spent. I mean, you know, it's just, but it is. It's just it's a great moment, and so I will
cry because you're going to save all that money.
Justin's gonna cry. Beaver's gonna cry with you too because his daughter's graduating.
Yeah, see, I mean, there's just a moment, man, when your kids have those milestones like that, and it's not only the feeling of they're growing up, but it's just that next step they're taking in their life, and you're proud, and you're
kisses. Isn't that the song?
Well, that is a song, yes.
Yes.
You sound like Matt Wells. That's true.
Chicken sandwiches for all the graduates.
You butterfly kisses, kids.
I'm handing out butterfly kisses right now and chicken sandwiches. Your choice. All right.
I love that we keep Matt Wells alive. That's awesome.
Yeah. I think he was my least favorite tech coach ever. Even worse than Tommy Tuberville.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. I just say anyway.
It cracks me up whenever I see Tuberville on the news. You know, because he's a senator
Yeah,
now.
right. Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah, that's a fitting politician because you stunk as a coach.
Yeah, he makes a good politician, though. Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, what else can we complain about? Not really complaining.
I'll tell you what we could complain about.
What?
Right.
In the shower, I got in the shower. Those little head, you know,
The shower head?
Yeah, the shower
where
heads,
the water comes out of.
One little squirter squirted to the right, and the rest of it missed me. And the sucker's trying to get me in the eye. You know what I'm talking about?
And you never saw it coming, did you?
I didn't. That's so funny.
That
was pretty funny.
So, okay, so you need to soak your shower head in some cleaner.
Isn't there
need to
something
get-
called CLR or
Yes,
some kind of
calcium lime
So you
rest.
unscrew that dilly and then you soak it?
You can, yes.
Or you can put it in a bucket and then just hold the bucket and just for a couple hours, you know, you just hold it over your head to the shower thing. So I would, yeah.
I don't
Your
know.
arms might get a little tired on that
Right,
one.
right.
Yeah, I just know that's just the most frustrating thing in the world. Man, that sucker just right in my eye.
Right in the wrong way.
I mean, like, and you're right, I can't see it for crying out loud.
but you felt it.
I sure felt it. I sure did.
Okay, well. Is there anything else we need to get off our chest? We got the
No,
Lexus
that's
that stopped
all.
in the middle of the loop.
Yeah.
We've got your shower head spraying the wrong way.
Yeah.
Lubbock doesn't promote recycling
Right.
very well.
I mean, I think we've covered the bases here. Anybody else?
Anybody
just
else?
time to get
What
it off
other
your
topic?
chest.
Get it off your
Let's go.
chest.
806-900-9630. Get it off your chest today. Just what is it? What is it that's bothering you? No, it's all in the
Tammy's
spirit
going,
of good
me,
cooperation.
me. Come on, Tammy.
It's off your chest Wednesday.
Yeah, right. All right. No, hey, just have some fun. It's, you know, but they're just stuff, man. Just life. There's just stuff. I know.
Okay. She was talking about graduation. She said she cried whenever her, I'm going to say daughter, I don't know if it was daughter, and said she did cry, proud moment, but it hurts whenever they get their name wrong.
Oh yeah, no, that great accomplishment
son.
in that moment.
Yes, and then
and
they
can
botched
get
the
your
name.
name right. Yeah.
Sorry
I'm used
about
to that.
Yeah.
My name
Yeah.
gets botched all the time.
Oh, Colleen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Choline.
I get called
Choline. Choline.
That's right.
So, yeah, no, that is your big moment, and they botch your name.
That happened to me on a corporate, all the managers, market managers and sales managers, everybody, and I was having to give a presentation, talk about something, and then our dude up in corporate, and here's Colleen with the next session, and I'm just like, even Jay was going, it's Colleen, but they couldn't hear us because we were.
Oh, you had it muted. Okay.
We're all put on mute until they ask you to speak. And so it's like,
Do you ever get on there, though, and just say, oh, thank you, yes, and it is Colleen, by the way. But anyway, what I want to talk about today, really, I'd go for it, Colleen. You got to educate people, you know.
Well, I think somebody might have tipped him off because the next time that they mentioned our market, mentioned me and Jay specifically, he got my name correct. So somebody obviously corrected him.
All right. We know it's funny. Every time we get, we always have our big voice people on the station, the 96.3, that kind of stuff. And the first time I sent our liners for Jeff Mudflap the Gang featuring Colleen, I just spelled your name like you spell it, and I sent it, and it came back featuring Colleen, and I was like, oh, that's not going to fly. Ooh, no. So I had to send it back, and I spelled it. I think I spelled it out KOH-LEEN, so they would understand that it's O, not ah.
Yeah.
So there
that's
you go.
Like I said, if that's the worst thing I ever get called, I think I'm doing okay.
Yeah, I've been called a lot of things. Never
Me
Colleen,
too.
but